So, I'm going to start today's LinkedIn Live by talking about something a bit different. We're going to talk about Mercury in Virgo, which I appreciate is not standard LinkedIn thought leadership. There will be no synergy, no stakeholder management, no downloadable white paper, but bear with me. Okay, I know astrology is a different one. So Mercury's just moved into Virgo, and whether you believe in astrology, dabble in it, or sorry, Arthur's just losing it today, or just think I've completely lost the plot since I left my corporate job, there's a theme associated with Virgo that I think is actually very relevant to successful women in the corporate world, and that is refinement. So looking at something and asking, is this actually working? What needs adjusting and what doesn't need to be here anymore? And I think that's a really interesting question because successful women are generally very good at refinement. The problem is we often refine ourselves rather than the life around us. So if work gets busier, we become more efficient. We're exhausted, so we improve the morning routine. Our brain is still in the 3 p.m. meeting while we're eating dinner at 7 p.m. Maybe we just need to meditate more. Sunday dread starts creeping in at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. We just need to get organized earlier. We squeeze in the gym, meal prep on Sunday, buy another planner. I know I've done that. Block out focus time, put our phone on do not disturb, try to get better at boundaries, and essentially become incredibly efficient at coping with a life that perhaps doesn't feel that great anymore. And I know this one because I literally did it for years. I had a successful corporate career in FMCG for over 17 years. I was promoted numerous times. I earned good money. Nothing was catastrophically wrong. And actually, that's what made it so easy to keep going because I could cope with it. And there's a question I think more successful women need to ask themselves. Just because I can handle this, does that mean I still want to? Because those are two very different things. You can be fantastic at your job and still not want your brain thinking about it at 8 p.m. And you can be grateful for your career and still not want to sacrifice Sunday afternoon worrying about Monday. You can really like your boss and like your colleagues and earn great money and have the nice holidays and have absolutely nothing dramatic enough to justify blowing your life up and still think, is this really it? And that's what I call the not bad trap. Because when something is terrible, we tend to do something about it. And if you absolutely hate your job, you're 100% looking at live roles on LinkedIn. And if you're completely burnt out, eventually your body will force you to have a conversation around it or do something around it. But when your life is fine, that's trickier because there isn't necessarily enough pain to force the change in you. So you refine, you cope, you optimize, and you tell yourself work will calm down after this project or after the summer holidays or when a new person starts or when the kids are older or when you've saved a bit more money. And suddenly 3 years have gone by and you're still saying it's not that bad, which is exactly why I've created two small tools that I'm launching this week. One is called Corporate Come Down, which I'm super excited about. It's a 15-minute after work ritual designed to help your nervous system actually register that work is finished. So instead of you closing your laptop at like 5:58, but mentally staying in the office until bedtime, you've got a practical way of going from work mode to me mode. The other toolkit is Sunday Scary Sorted, because if Monday is taking up space in your head from Sunday, you're effectively giving your employer part of your Sunday for free. And we just can't be having that. I won't have it, not on my watch. So that gives you practical tools for the Sunday dread, the overthinking, and the feeling that you need to mentally prepare yourself for everything that's coming on Monday that, I don't know, Monday might throw at you. But there's also a bigger question underneath both of these products, because sometimes you genuinely just need better tools. Maybe you love your career and you simply just haven't learned how to switch off properly, which is fine. we can work with that. But sometimes the inability to switch off is one little symptom of something bigger. So maybe you've just become so accustomed to tolerating your life that you haven't stopped to ask whether you actually like it. And that's the bit I really want you to think about today. Not, is my life bad enough to change, but is my life good enough that I'd actually choose it again? And if someone showed you your exact life 5 years from now, same job, same working pattern, same Sunday feeling, yeah, same relationship, same routines, same amount of energy, same amount of free time for yourself, would you think, yes, perfect, sign me up again? Or would there be a tiny part of you thinking, oh, yeah, because that little "oh" is worth listening to. You don't have to immediately resign, you don't have to move to Bali, you don't have to start a pottery business, divorce your husband, delete LinkedIn. This isn't about blowing up a really lovely life for the sake of it. It's about noticing where you've been using "not that bad" as the benchmark, instead of asking, "Does this actually feel good?" Which brings me to the end of the day because I've made a completely free, not that bad audit. It's a quick way to look at different areas of your life and notice where things might technically be fine, but perhaps aren't actually what you want anymore. There's no dramatic life overhaul required. It's simply an opportunity to get curious and like think about, where am I genuinely thriving? Where am I mostly coping? And have I become extremely good at tolerating something that I might have outgrown? So I pop the link in the caption of this live. As I say, it's completely free. So go and do the audit. And perhaps in the spirit of Mercury and Virgo, don't immediately ask, how can I get better at managing this, or all of this? Ask, what might I actually want to refine, change, or stop carrying altogether? Because being capable of handling your life isn't necessarily the same thing as loving the life you're handling. And I think we deserve a slightly higher benchmark than, well, it's not that bad. So, as I say, the free Not That Bad audit is in the captions here. The toolkits will be going live on Friday, but if you message me, I will send you a little discount code and the link to get them ahead of time if you feel that you desperately need them today. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. And I would love to hear your thoughts on the Not That Bad audit too. But for tonight, see ya.